Hey everybody, welcome to this week's installment of Match Play on PGA TOUR.com. Let's get to it and meet this week's combatants. We say hello to Fred Albers from the PGA Tour Network, covering the action for SiriusXM Radio, and David Dusek, deputy editor for golf.com. And David has the honor for topic number one. The playoffs resume in Chicago this week. 6 players played their way into the BMW championship field with fine performances at the Deutsche Bank Championship, David, but they're still outside the top 30 in the standings. Which of those 6 is going to keep the momentum going and advance to the Tour Championship next week?
I think purely on the math, Blake Adams, who right now is at number 57 with 935 points, has the best chance because he only needs 363 in order to, as it stands now, crack into the top 30. A guy like Ernie Els or a guy like Jack Ogilvy might seem like a really good choice because they're sort of household names and they've won major championships, but the kind of golf that they've put together over the course of the season has put them into this predicament to begin with. I think kudos and hats off and all that stuff to them for advancing through and getting this far. It shows actually quite a lot of guts, but I just think it's too tall a task probably for any of these guys, and I'm just going to go with Blake Adams because the math is working in his favor right now.
Yeah, interesting choice there, Blake Adams. Fred, certainly some bigger names still on the table.
Absolutely, but that is correct. Only 4 players from outside the top 30 qualified through BMW to get to Atlanta back in 2010. I'm going to go with Chad Campbell, though. He's been a consistent player. He's played in 25 events. He's made 18 cuts, and he's had 6 top 25s. Plus, he is a machine as far as hitting greens. He is 5th on tour in greens in regulation. That works out to 70%. He gives himself a lot of chances to make birdies. Now, the opposite end of that, he's not had a great putting year. Chad Campbell is 173rd on tour in strokes gained putting, but there's a variable this week because we are putting on bent grass at Cog Hill. And, of course, Chad Campbell is from West Texas. He grew up in Andrews, where they have the best bent grass greens in the country. I like him to improve his putting, to go along with his ball striking, and jump up to a 4th-place finish and qualify for Atlanta.
Good cases made by both men. Blake Adams certainly has the numbers in his favor. Chad Campbell, maybe the experience in big events, second in a couple of major championships. Let's have topic number one. That was well played. Fred gets the first swing at topic number 2. Camilo Villegas, back at the BMW in St. Louis in 2008, was the first and only player to break through in the playoffs for his first Tour victory. Who's got a shot to do it this week, Fred?
I really like Spencer Levine. Once again, a consistent player. He's made 20 of 26 cuts. He's had 11 top 25s. But I like him because he's 41st in FedEx Cup points. That means he's got to be aggressive in order to get to Atlanta. He is going to go for greens, and that plays right into his game because he is 6th on tour in par 5 scoring. He is 5th on back 9 scoring as well. Spencer Levine is a closer. He closes out the BMW and gets to the winner's circle.
All right, David, is this finally the week Ricky Fowler maybe punches through?
No reading my screen, please. Thank you very much, because this is the week that Ricky Fowler finally breaks through. Just like Camilo Villegas had a lot of hype surrounding him, and it had sort of teased us with potential victories before he finally did break through a couple of years ago. I think this is the week that Ricky Fowler finally puts it together. 4th in birdies right now on tour, 9th in eagles. 15th in total putting, that new putting stat. He can really get the flat stick going, and I think that he's a rhythm kind of player. If he gets it going early, I think he can just mow through a course like Cog Hill. His Achilles heel, if he has one, and everybody's got one, is he gets a little wayward with the driver. He can certainly send it out there, but he's got to hit it straight. I think if Fowler can find the fairway, this golf course is his.
A little bit of an issue on final rounds for Fowler, but it seems as though Levine's best stretch came earlier in the year. Let's give Dusek a slight edge on topic number 2 for Fowler's breakthrough this week. And David gets the first swing at our third topic. 6 past champions in the field this week, including Villegas, who won not at Cog Hill but at Belle Reve 3 years ago. Which of those 6 has the best chance to get it done in Chicago this week?
Jim Furyk, to me, is the kind of a consummate grinder who can get this done. I mean, he won the Western Open back in 2005 at Cog Hill. He had top 10 finishes in 5 other events at this golf course. So certainly horses for courses. You got to like Jim Furyk showing up this week.
Yeah, Furyk's game has been perking up as well. Freddie, who's on your radar this week?
Well, I have to say it's going to be Steve Stricker. He is Mr. Consistency, and all he does is play well. He has not missed a cut this year, 17 for 17. He has 2 wins. He has 14 top 25s. Keep in mind that he went to school in Champaign, and he is from Wisconsin. He's from Madison. That's right in between Cog Hill is, so he is going to have just a ton of support this week from the local fans. Plus, he is number 1 on tour in putting. strokes gained putting. He's number 1 in birdies made. He's second in scoring, 69.2. Plus, what I really like about him is that he tied for 42nd at Deutsche Bank. Now, that qualifies as a bad week for Steve. And if you look at his track record, following time off, he comes and he plays very well. He did it at Memorial. He won there. He did it at Quad Cities. The combination of him struggling according to Stricker standards at Deutsche Bank, combined with the ability to practice, Steve Stricker's your winner.
I don't think that takes into account though, the fact that the inner demons of a Wisconsin Badger, Illinois, Illinois, the inner top 10 demons are going to rattle him. No way, not going to happen this week.
I was leaning Furyk, but Freddie bringing good information on Stricker's ability to take advantage of the off week. Maybe Mr. September does get it cranked back up this week. Let's give Fred Albers topic number 3 and squares what was an excellent match with David Dusek this week. Thank you for the time, gentlemen. It was well played.
Thank
you.